Isn't it true, my friend, that when you go on your journey of healing from trauma, of trying to live the life that you truly deserve, sometimes you kind of just get caught up in the struggle. You get caught up in the day, you get caught up in between things, and it's so hard to just pull yourself forward, to feel good about yourself and the world around you. I think what is so just vital for us sometimes, for people like you and me who've been through things, it's so vital to connect to a positive vision of the future, of something that excites you, of something that pulls you towards it. And I know that's hard. That's hard because sometimes you're just trying to get through the day. I know what that's like, my friend. And I want to honor your feelings, and I want to honor your journey, honor where you're at, where you've been, and where you're going. And I'm not discounting that in any way at all. And I know it's hard. It's hard to think about the future sometimes, because today might be a real struggle and a real difficulty. But that future, I think it's so vital not to make big, huge goals and kind of epic visions. But I think the future is so much more immediate. The future is something that we can almost hold on to. It's real. And making future something that you can get excited about. Future is something that you can look forward to. Something that you kind of feel compelled to go towards. And I think future is just that the meaning that we give to what we do. I really believe that you don't need to do anything differently so much as to just assign meaning to things that you truly care about. I mean, not necessarily always the way that we feel, but to the things that you do. Right? Because sometimes, especially when you've been through things, I know, like, sometimes I just give meanings to things that really affected me. Going through rape as a child, or being having my biological father leave us when I was 3 months old, and kind of not wanting to be in our lives. It's something that I can think about and may talk about how it's upset me at different points in my life or made my life difficult. But I think sometimes what I like to do is try to give meaning to my life today. I remember a point when I was a teenager, and my father asked my mom for permission to get in touch with me over email. She asked me, and I said okay, because it was a person I haven't really, really had any contact with. And so he started emailing me, and I remember at one point I asked him, I said, how do you feel about leaving us when, I was 3 months old? Like, I mean, was that the right thing to do? And his answer was basically, what it came down to was, yes, it was the right thing at the time. And I remember I said to him, please do not ever contact me again. But more importantly, I thought to myself, if I'm ever going to have kids myself, being whatever I was, 15 years old, I certainly didn't think of it at the time, but I thought, if I'm ever going to be a father, I'm going to be a total polar opposite from you. And that was my moment in taking power back. And that's what I like to remind myself sometimes. Because it's not like my father isn't someone I think about on a regular basis, because I don't even know him. But if somehow that thought ever pops up in my mind, I more think about, how when I'm with my kids. And I think about, what? I'm a good dad. I do my best to spend time with them, have fun, play along, support them in what they do. I try to give meaning, not to how I may have still feel upset or, cut up about it, but I try to give meaning to what I'm doing today. What I'm trying to do today, at least, trying my best to do today. And I think that enables me not only to enjoy the present moment and feel more alive, but it gives greater meaning to the future that I'm doing, maybe even immediate plans. Because I could say to myself, I'm going to go out and, I'm going to, on the weekend, I'm going to just spend so much time with my kids, and we're gonna go to the beach, and we're gonna have all these silly things. I love doing that, and that gives meaning to my life so much more because it's what I'm doing. So that's what I want to talk to you about. How can you give greater meaning to things that you are doing in your life or trying to do, and trying to show up at your best? It doesn't mean you gotta move mountains or you gotta do some crazy things, but the meaning that you give to the things that you do end up generating the feelings that you want, the feelings of compassion to you, the feeling of greater connectedness with people you care about, the greater meaning and connection to expressing yourself in whatever way that is significant for you. Maybe it's through gardening, maybe it's renovating your kitchen, maybe it's working on a crafty project that you've got going on, maybe it's in your work. But when you think about something that excites you, something that gives meaning to your life, something that you just find joy, you do it and it's fun for you, right? And you think about, what you're going to do, catching up with a friend, or spending time doing something that you love, and you're able to look forward to that. Like that just gives such a greater sense of belonging, because that's what happens when we attach meaning to things that we love or care about or are fun, and we think about them in advance. All of a sudden we create more touch points, more opportunities for us to feel that we belong to something beyond yourself. Makes us feel part of something greater, of a world where, despite our sometimes struggles and difficulties and experiences, we're still connected to our own joys and passions. We're still connected to our loved ones and friends and community. We're still connected to a greater sense of being here today. I think I also try to apply that with, my story and the impact of going through rape as a child. The meaning I give to today through telling my story is I try to find new meaning in sharing my story. And I try to think about what I'm doing in these kind of three really simple ways that I want to show you that makes me feel, I think, happier and more fulfilled. And that is, in what I'm doing, is it helping me heal in some way? Is it helping me to grow towards my hopes, my dreams, my desires? And it's ultimately an opportunity for me to give my best, right? These have become the kind of three simple things that help me to sometimes evaluate what I'm doing or look towards things, have more kind of focus, Because sometimes it just feels so all over the place, right? And sometimes I just remind myself that I'm doing things that are helping me, give my best. I'm doing things that are helping me grow in my skills or abilities. I'm doing things that are helping me heal. And that's just a great reminder for me in what I'm doing. For example, when I'm working on, I know that I'm working on a play right now that I'm super excited about, because it's about an experience of healing from trauma, kind of internal experience, and I'm telling that story, and I know it needs to come out, because I know not only it is something that I believe can help other people, hopefully you'll see it one day, but also it's helping me heal, because it helps me reflect, it helps me connect with my own experience, it helps me make sense of what it, how it transformed my life, and how far I've come, and all those times that I've been able to keep going and not give up. I survived and been a survivor. And I also know that it's helping me grow. It's helping me grow both as a person, because I'm learning new things about myself, but also helping me grow in the skill of playwriting. I love that, because I'm no playwright, by trade. So I'm learning about it. I'm learning about how it works. I'm learning new skills. It's also giving me greater skills in terms of being able to communicate, being able to write, because I know I want to be able to share my message in different ways. I want to find ways to bring people into my world and learn about my books and coaching, and being able to help and support and encourage people in so many different ways, and my podcast and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm excited about it, because it gives me an opportunity to grow into that. And it's also an opportunity for me to give my best. Sometimes that's not a lot, sometimes I'm not proud of it, but sometimes I feel like I've spent, for example, just been an hour a day, right? And I feel like, I've made a little bit of progress. I've been trying hard, and this bit didn't work, but here I feel like I've really pushed through, and this I think it's coming together. So this helps me feel like I'm moving forward in life. And sometimes it's simple things, like when I'm going to my therapist, and I have a good session, I go, what? I'm glad because it's helping me heal. And that's how sometimes it can be so simple as running it up against those three things and checking in whether it's supporting you on your journey through life towards feeling a happier, a more positive, more helpful, more fulfilled, more purposeful life. Because purpose is ultimately connected with looking towards the immediate future. Not always the future that's up in the clouds, what's going to happen 20 years from now, because nobody knows that. But I really like to stay connected with immediate future. Feelings that I want to generate, to assign meaning to what you do, not necessarily how you sometimes feel, but what you are doing in your life. Because, my friend, aren't we all capable of so much more than we think? Isn't it true? Aren't we capable of so much more than we think sometimes? I think it's especially vital for people like you and me who've been through stuff to remind ourselves that we are capable of doing incredible things, of leading a great life that is fulfilling, that's meaningful. So I would urge you, my friend, to just check in with yourself and remind yourself that you have survived. You are invested deeply in your well-being, your happiness, your values, your way of life, and you are invested in that well-being and happiness of people around you that you care about the most. And you take pride, and you want to be able to make meaning of that. It's you are showing up at your best every day. Sometimes It's a lot. Sometimes it's just trying to get by, but knowing that you're just doing your best, that you are aspiring to do things that are helping you heal from the struggles and difficult times of the past. They're helping you grow into the life and that you want in terms of skills, in terms of abilities, in terms of learning something about yourself. But also, your ability to give. My friend, because you got so much to give. We all have so much more to give than we think. Especially because when we had negative experiences, you have this incredible joy to give, creativity, being able to feel alive, to contribute, to make a difference for you, for people around you, for what you believe in, to stand up for what you believe in, my friend. That's what I work deeply with all of my clients. I support them to really figure out what's right for them right now, what really matters today, and how you can get there faster. That's what I want for you. I want you to move forward in life despite the struggles that you have experienced, because you, my friend, you deserve to be happy, to seek just greater clarity in everything that you do, how you think about the immediate future, the meaning you assign to things, how things you do to help you heal, grow, and give. Seeking that clarity is vital, because when you think about it, just that act alone makes life more meaningful. But also giving your best, just knowing you've done your best, isn't that a release? Isn't that a release from any pressure or expectations? Because you're doing your best. It doesn't mean that somebody else thinks it's best or love it or care about it, but you do. And that's what matters. You know that for you. That's all that matters, my friend. And holding on to hope. As I say in this book, my friend, finding hope in times of uncertainty. A guide to thriving in a challenging world of today. No matter how crazy or out of control things get in our life, and I know that they do sometimes, there's no getting away from that. But please, hold on to hope. No matter what happens, things can and do change for the better. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky, my friend. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'll see you soon.